What's up, comic fans? It is time for the preview show. It's time for New Comic Book Day previews. We're going to get into it. We're going to hit up some spec books, and we're going to do the spotlight books. And I even have a little surprise right after this.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Welcome back. Alright, so first off, this is going to be the first video I mentioned that I'm getting close to 500, so be on the lookout for some 500 push videos. And that's the best way I can put it, where I'll give some hints and stuff about stuff that's upcoming as we reach 500, and then we'll do a live show for the 500. Alright, so if you're interested in maybe seeing a preview of what's to come, go ahead and throw me a hashtag 500, hashtag 500 in the comments, and who knows, there might be a little something extra for you at the end of this journey. Alright, let's get into the comics, because that's what this is about. This is the previews of the comics coming up. Let's start, you know how we do, with the spec books. If you like comics, you're in the right place to be. First up, we got a DC book, Flash, $7.91. Flash. And there's so in $7.90 there was like this group of hunters. I believe they were alien from out of town. Anyway, there's a whole group of them. This is the first appearance of Miss Murder, who is a hunter, and it's a Flash book. I know a lot of people out there like Flash, love Flash. The Flash television series, by the way, entering its final season on the WB. I feel like there's going to be a lot of Flash happening this year. So here we go. We got Miss Murder. First appearance in this book. Alright, that's all I got to say about that. New villain, Miss Murder. Next up, we have another DC book. We have Lazarus Planet, Assault on Krypton, #1. This is a one-shot. Boom. But Lazarus Planet #1 actually just came out last week, so you're going to get a lot of this. And I believe it all started with Batman versus Robin. But I haven't really delved too deeply into this series, but I've heard a lot of good things coming out of that first issue of Lazarus, so I think I'm going to jump on this. Alright, DC's been doing okay as of late. I'm enjoying some of the stuff coming out of there. But this is the first, appearance of John Kent becoming the Blue Superman. And you can see that happening right there on the cover. Who knows how long that's going to last, or if it's just through the series or whatever, but got an appearance of a Blue Superman. Alright. And if we remember back in the day, the original Superman, Clark Kent, he split into a red and a blue Superman. We'll see if there's a red Superman to be had one of these days. Anyway, let's keep the ball rolling. Those were the only two books I had originally, with two DC books, and then I was like, you know what, we're going to throw up a Marvel book. We got Wakanda #4. Alright, and what we have with Wakanda #4, so Wakanda's kind of telling the story of all these different Black Panthers. Alright, I think it's a 5-issue series written by Ridley, John Ridley. So he's pretty much created this Tosin Adoya character, and this one is going to kind of focus on him. Alright, here you see a forbidden romance and dark prophecy. This is going to be the first appearance of a love interest for Tosin. Alright, I think her name is Kaim. Alright, it's also going to delve into how he is protecting Wakanda, right, while the Black Panther has been exiled from Wakanda. So how he is becoming that protector of Wakanda. Alright, and then you have the origin story of Ben-Hazin, who's been, I think he was in issue 3. Issue 3 dealt more with, I forget who issue 3 was, but it really didn't deal with Tosin too much, alright? If I remember, I'll just blurt it out at some point. Killmonger, there it is. So issue 3 dealt more with Killmonger, alright? This one deals with Tosin a little bit. boom. But that's why I threw that in there. You got his love interest. Who knows what she could become? Maybe it's just a regular person. Maybe it's just, maybe she also takes on some kind of identity and has superpowers, something like that. You know what? Lois Lane didn't have many powers. Still pretty popular. Mary Jane Parker. Mary Jane. Still very popular. Now she has powers, but we'll see how long that lasts. All right. Those were the spec books for this week. Now we're getting into the books that I just want to spotlight. Nightwing, number 100, okay? Issue 100. Why not? A lot of people out there love Nightwing, and this is a milestone issue. So go ahead, see what they do with this one. As always with these milestones, these days you get a bunch of artists and creators on the book. There are a ton of covers, as you can see. Even a design variant. If I see this design variant out there, the 1 in 50, I'm probably going to grab it, alright? Disco Nightwing. But yeah, why not take a look at this book and, give Nightwing a shot with issue number 100. See if you like what's coming out of this book. $7 price tag though, guys, $6.99, alright? Next up, we have another book with this one has a $7.99 price tag. We have Batman One Bad Day, Bane number 1. Now remember, these are not in continuity, but this is Bane as a wrestler, and he's a washed up wrestler. He has the Venom stuff. He discovers that this Venom is there's a new supply of this Venom, and it's being injected into society, and it sounds like he's gonna become a hero and try to stop it, alright? But we'll see. I could be totally wrong about what I'm saying here. But as you can see, it says it right here in the solicitations what I'm saying, so we'll see. I've always kind of liked the Bane character, right? Strong and brooding, but he's got some brains behind him, right? Just not always 100% on top of his game. Venom maybe has something to do with that. This Venom. Alright. Before we go, I was doing final order cutoffs for a while. I figured I'd just give you a quick gander into 2 books I'm doing. I can do this on the regular, or I can just say forget about it. But if you have any interest in hearing about books that are coming out roughly 3 weeks from now, let me know, and I'll continue to put them in here just really quick. Alright, first off, we have Marvel's Voices Wakanda Forever, number 1. Alright, you just have the last Black Panther in this book, so I figured, hey, that's interesting story to see. They're on the cover, it's a debut story, why not go ahead and take a shot at that. And then last but not least, I ordered this Mary Jane and Black Cat number 1. This is a second printing by Jan Balzadua. I just thought it was a pretty dope cover, right? I just like the layout. Maybe the faces are a little similar, but I also like this background action. So I just thought it was a really fun cover, and that's why I picked that for FOC. I have a couple of other books in there. Star Wars, as always, guys. I think there's going to be some new characters showing up in that Star Wars series. There already was new characters. So, all right, let's keep it going. Let's go with the rest of the books coming out this week. Free comic book days coming up eventually. You'll see some of them solicited in the previews, I believe, or within FOC. They were in FOC, so they'll be soon. Soon they'll be in the previews. All right, you got Art Brut, which is an AI generated book written, by an AI based off of art. Seems pretty cool. And what else we got? We're an image, by the way, in case you didn't catch that. I Hate Fairyland, which is the second volume in the Fairyland series. Nightclub number 2 comes out. I heard good things about Nightclub number 1, right? You got a group of teenagers becoming a vampire, or becoming vampires. One becomes a vampire, and I think he shares his powers with everybody else, but in his group. I think that's what that was. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounded good. That Texas Blood gets a trade. Very good. The third volume was a really good series. So was the second one. And the first one, if you can, get through it, the character development's really good in that one. But I think the first one was my least favorite of all. which, the fact that it made it to a second and third volume speaks leaps and bounds, but it's a really good book. And then What's the Furthest Place from Here, number 10. The writer of that, Matthew Rosenberg, by the way, sent me a pretty cool package, A-OK if you will. Check out that video, dropped it last week, but let's keep the ball rolling. Boom Studios. Boom, here comes the boom. Ready or not, if you're a Dune fan, they got books for you. All right, House of Slaughter transitions back to the characters from the first arc. All right, with I believe there's a new artist on this. Antonio Fuso. He's not really named here, is he? Oh no, there he is, right behind Werther Del Edra. All right, but this is going back to Aaron and Jace and their, I guess, their relationship. So we're going back to that first volume. Seems pretty cool. You know what? Don't know what I pressed, but we're back. Vampire Slayer. That was cool. All right, House of Slaughter. See all these different covers, including that Jenny Frison cover, the FOC reveal cover. Then there's some Mighty Morphin for you Power Ranger fans. And you got Vampire Slayer if you're a Buffy fan. Alright, we're at Dark Horse. Not a lot coming out from Dark Horse, but you have White Savior number 1, so that's a number 1 there. And then you got some other books. Alright, that was quick. We're at IDW, Sonic the Hedgehog, Star Trek. And you got some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles going on. Alright, DC Comics, here we go. You got Batgirls, Batman and Robin. Some more Batman, Batman Fortress, Batman One Bad Day, Batman Superman, World's Finest. Definitely a theme here, okay? Batman Urban Legends trade also in that mix. Black Adam. I stopped reading after like issue 3. It was a fun book. Maybe I'll pick it back up. Fables. There's the Flash we talked about. Then you got some GCPD, Batman adjacent book, Harley Quinn. The animated series. It's funny. I like Harley Quinn, the animated series. I also like Batman, the animated series. That was a blast back in the 90s. Alright, Lazarus Planet has a bunch of covers. Pick the one you like the most. Monkey Prince is almost over with issue 10 of 12. Nightwing reaching that historic 100. It's going to be a ton of covers for that, okay? And then, you got some Stargirl and Titans and all that other stuff. Marvel Comics. We're at Marvel. Alien number 5. I think the Alien and Predator comics have had pretty dope covers, so pick them up if you want. Amazing Spider-Man number 14 gets a Terry Dodson second printing cover. Pretty dope, if you ask me. Avengers Forever. I think that series is coming to an end very soon, so sometimes these issues wrap up things nicely. There is a homage cover by Pepe Larraz. Check that out, if you will. What else we got? Some more Avengers and Deadpool. You got Hulk. So the Hulk series, not critically acclaimed. Not a lot of people love it. Donny Cates is not writing this issue though. This one is written by Ryan Ottley and also drawn by Ryan Ottley. Here you kind of have an homage cover, homage-esque. I think it's very close. And then you got a bunch of other covers. I think all these covers are pretty dope. Any of these like A through D covers, to me, are pretty awesome. So this might be a week to pick up a cover, Hulk based off of just strictly covers. Alright, again, you got some X-Men, Immortal X-Men. Got some of that new Invincible Iron Man. Have not read any of that yet. What else we got? We got the Punisher, right? Punisher and Daredevil will be crossing over very soon, it looks like. Got some more Spider-Man. This cover, Miko Suyan. That just looks, I don't know, that's just a pretty awesome cover if you ask me. That might be worth just a cover by. Star Wars Bounty Hunter, Star Wars Han Solo and Chewbacca, lots of Star Wars, alright. Star Wars Revelations number 1 gets a second printing. Star Wars Yoda gets a second printing, alright. You got Strange. I haven't heard anything bad about Strange, it just, nobody seems to be like really saying much more than that. Like it's good. but nothing coming out of it is mind-bending. All right, you got Venom number 15. Here's a little homage cover. That's pretty cool. All right. Wakanda, we talked about that. You got some Tosin stuff happening there. If you think you're going to be a fan of the character, I would definitely grab that book. Got Wasp. Lots of covers for Wasp. All right. And we're into the rest of the books coming out this week from all the other publishers. Let's see if we see anything cool out here. Barbaric Hell to Pay number 1. All right, Barbaric has been a pretty cool series. I've been enjoying that book. So, you know, if you like D&D adjacent type stuff, it's not like, you know, rolling dice and all that other stuff, but it's got barbarians, it's got sorcerers, it's got wizards. If you like fantasy stuff, might be worth a look. Chicken Devils number 2 is out. Let's see, what else do we have? Let's see, Giga. I know some people out there who read that. I think we're just gonna keep scrolling. If I miss something, guys, let me know. Be like, yo, you missed that. Jungle Fantasy, isn't that the book that usually comes like in a black bag? Lady Death, hey, if you guys are a Lady Death fan, there you go. What else? Maniac of New York, Don't Call It a Comeback number 1. Alright, so Maniac of New York will be back for another scare. I don't know. We're almost done, guys. We're at the S. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully I've helped you to pick out some comics this week, or at least reinforce some comics that maybe you were thinking about but weren't sure, or you know, maybe I mentioned a comic that you didn't know was coming out. And that's the whole purpose of this, is to help you make a decision about comics coming out this week, to let you know what's out there. Alright, so that's it, comic fans. If you like the content, go ahead and subscribe, give me a thumbs up, you know, like the content, comment down below, hit that notification bell, you know, whatever, however you want to support the channel, and I promise to keep bringing you these previews. So again, do what you do, do what I do. We'll get ready for this week's books. Peace. What's up, comic book fam? Comic books.